fucking kiss me. Okay, you say to listen to that.
And we're live.
Okay, I can't even see myself. You have the camera wrong. There we go. Now we're both in front.
Hey guys, it's TPAW and
Karnage.
wow. And today we're going to talk about Nightmare on Elm Street a little bit. We're going to talk about whatever else comes up, but he really wants to talk about Nightmare Before Christmas because there was one day where me and the wife with the kids were watching Nightmare Before Christmas on, I think it was Disney Plus. I lose track.
Crazy and watched a shitty movie.
I grew up on it, and as an adult, I watch a lot of stuff from childhood, and either I go, this holds up, or I go, I'm starting to see holes. But either way, I enjoy it nonetheless for what it is. Sometimes I get, like, not negative per se, but critique happy, like I did with Hocus Pocus 2 and some other stuff. But, first world problems, and it's entertainment. What did you think about that movie? Because I know for a fact you were being kind of shitty about it.
What, Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah. What is it that you don't like?
It's not shitty.
Okay.
It was a decent movie when it first came out.
Okay.
Before you and all the other little fuckers were born.
Yes, 90s kid right here.
And fuck y'all. Because y'all took it from, it's a good movie to, because it became...
And every single product is in Hot Topic in every other store.
Mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
It became pop culture.
Okay.
That's like pop music, like what's considered pop. I'm like, No. I'm alternative all the way with music, movies, certain things I like because I grew up with it, like X-Men, Wolverine, Iron Man, that sort of stuff, because I remember the comics that I used to read as a kid.
Yeah.
The way they've changed it, okay, they changed it, no big, but I enjoy it. But that one is just, it came out, it was decent, and then it just got to stupid popularity.
There.
Where it wasn't even worth watching, mentioning, or even talking about. It's like, that's all you talk about, shut the fuck up. No, that's what it would literally do to people like Todd and, well, mostly Todd's group.
Yeah.
People like that would like, it's like, who cares? It's, woohoo, I'm Halloween. I'm bored in Halloween Town. I found Christmasville. What am I going to do? Turn it into Halloween. You literally just, that was my whole bitch about the movie, which we talked about, and the other guy jumped in and the gym was like, yeah, no, my kids love that movie. I fucking hate it too. Because it's the stupidity of it. Here's your, here's what the movie basis is. The basically king of Halloween Town finds Christmasville. What does he do? He wants to do Christmasville, but he hires all the people in Halloween Town. Am I out of focus?
You should be in focus.
He keeps bouncing.
Your face was blurred a little bit.
Alright, no, I know what we need to do.
You're gonna move closer?
No. Because there's not a light on me.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's only a little light.
Eventually, we will, I'll be upgrading equipment. As I've said before, we had to move and new child and everything, and I can't...
Maybe you could adjust it this way.
Can't be, like, blowing hundreds of dollars on broadcast equipment, even if I'm tempted to.
No. It was fine there.
Oh.
Just don't pull that down, because I swear that makes it more fuzzy.
Okay. So like that?
Yeah.
Good.
I'll just scoot it here closer, because I am a little further back.
Basically, I'm going to be... Like, I bought a microphone,
we'll get to that in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I got a microphone. Really cool setup thing right here. And then, like, the pop filter. So, I'll have that all set up, soon.
Eventually.
Yeah, we just have been busy. But, see, I got some cool stuff, but, like, I'm going to be also probably getting ring light or whatever I need to do to help make the production better.
I don't think we need ring lights. All I think we need is like lights, like LEDs that could go up there.
Probably. Because this is an office, but it's technically also supposed to be like a studio room. But
it's a bedroom turned into an office sewing room.
Yeah.
It's mom's sewing room.
Yeah.
But anywho, back to what I was talking about.
Okay.
The stupidity of it is he basically tells everybody that's under his, I don't know, rulage.
Yeah.
To help him build stuff to do, to basically do Christmas. But because their Halloween is bred in them from the point of death, they literally don't know how to do anything but Halloween, so they turn Christmas into Halloween. So it's like, you're just doing Halloween in December, you stupid ass. That's why I didn't. No, see, the movie's decent. I like the production. I like the claymation.
Yeah.
I didn't like the story.
See,
other than that, it was a decent movie when I watched it when it first came out.
I cracked the joke midway through the movie. I cracked the joke. Yeah, you know how like there's like a trend or a not a trend, but like it's like a satire meme thing where like describe a movie badly, you know, type of thing. And so I said, guy who gets bored at his job and gets uninspired decides to kidnap and hijack another man's job and kidnaps the guy and takes his job.
Well, when he takes his job, he turns it back into the job he already had.
Yeah, exactly.
He's an idiot.
So like, yeah, so
I never liked him.
Yeah.
The main character as the main character. The one I liked as the main character was the girl. We talked about that too.
Yeah, Sally.
How the only reason she's so in love with him, and I actually made this joke and you went, huh, that makes sense, is she's so in love with him because she, and you need to scoot back, that might, because I mean, you scooted forward so it might even out the focus, but, because she was made, like Frankenstein, but she was made from all the pieces of the people that loved him when he was alive before he died.
Yeah.
And you like that thought process. You're like, oh, that kind of makes sense.
I did, yeah. Well, I also wrote a poem like not too long ago, like a year ago, which isn't too long for me because writing can be everlasting. But basically, in the poem, it was called "The Pumpkin King," and in the middle of the poem, basically what I did was I asked the question to myself and then wrote that into the poem a little bit. Writing about what if Sally and Jack in their previous life were lovers and they left a bloodthirsty trail in which a lot of people died, which is part of what led him to becoming the Pumpkin King. And so him being the Pumpkin King is kind of like a form of punishment. And he turned that punishment into a celebration and became the most popular motherfucker in that town. Even more popular than the mayor. Like the mayor is there and the mayor is totally simping after this guy. And he like sings and dances and makes a party of it.
Of course he's simping after him. Jack made himself into God.
Yeah, he kind of did. Like
he's the afterlife God, which makes him the king of Halloween, which is weird how that works out with the movie and all that, but I'm like, but it still makes sense.
Yeah.
The guy who owns the biggest house basically tells everybody, I'll do what I want.
I found it interesting that we meet Oogie Boogie like literally nearly halfway through the movie, and we don't know much about him. And then at the end, it's really just a
Oogie Boogie.
You don't even remember the bad guy. He's supposed to be the bad guy.
Okay, no, I had to think about it. It's like you said the name, and I'm like,
the guy that wears like a cloak and his face is
I
like
remember. I had to
ghost
think about
face, and like he's made of maggots.
There's too many. No offense. With the claymation, I love it, but like I said, I just didn't get the story. No, but we were also talking about what was it? The three little serial killers.
Oh yeah, the
three kids.
The three kids.
They're literally psychopaths in life. Tried to kill people. Everybody got scared. Killed them, and that's why they have full bodies because they died as full humans.
I believe it's Crackle, Lock, and Barrel. I may have those names wrong.
Yeah, but I was saying Jack, the only reason he's a skeleton instead of everybody else being a skeleton is because he literally, his spirit stayed on Earth to watch his family live
Yeah.
and the people he loved live. That's why he deteriorated into a skeleton and then passed on to the next life.
I found it funny. I was talking to him about it at the gym about how someone could literally take and write mythologies, like entire mythologies, run all these characters, and it would still work for the movie because the movie is like movies got like a bare background for everybody, and yet it's one of the most entertaining, iconic movies that exists in culture because a lot of people know that for
It's only
Christmas.
iconic because, ooh, it's alternative. Let's make it popular. Oh, you fucking cocksuckers, don't do that. And they fucked it all up.
Yeah, I loved. Did you remember the soundtrack that was made for the movie later on? Like all the band,
Nope.
like all these bands, like made songs.
Watched the movie, liked the movie, walked away from it. Then, like I said, you, Todd, Amber, fucking a whole lot of other fucking people in your generation, hot topic it till it's popular. It's regular freaking pop culture. I hate that. It was not pop culture. It was alternative. Either you liked it or you didn't. And then so many of y'all, from growing up with older siblings like me or goofy parents, or just because that's your personality, you turned it all into pop culture. Being alternative was not supposed to be popular. It was supposed to be the alternative. It's the whole fucking point of the movement. Whole point of being a goth, which got turned into being an emo.
Yeah.
Even though I turn off my emotions, I mean, I can express them and, do it, but I turned that crap off years ago. I do it more for the entertainment to see what everybody thinks and says and does around my goofy outbursts.
What's funny is I myself tend not to either find out about things or I tend to be pretty dialed in on the pop culture and like with sensibilities as far as what's in, what's out. Some of it I'd catch, some of it I don't. Still have not seen Get Out. Still have not seen some of the quote unquote popular horror movies. Get Out, and then like there's a couple others. Jordan Peele directed that one. He also directed quite a few other ones that got pretty popular. But Korn did a song on that soundtrack called "Kidnap the Santa Claus," and the whole time the song was playing in the movie, the whole time the song was playing in the movie, I was sitting there like, because the whole time the song was playing in my head.
But see, this is the funny part though. They were part of the alternative music, and
they were new metal, and like you got Amy Lee, you got Flyleaf, you got quite a few other like alternative metal bands. Since you're calling it alternative, alternative metal bands.
That's what it was in the
playing on the
late
soundtrack.
80s, early 90s.
Yeah,
that's like let's see, rock was Metallica and Korn, but it was alt.
Well, Metallica was thrash metal before they went a bit more alternative.
Yeah. Because Russell had a big freaking meltdown. Oh, I can listen to them. They fucking do drugs. They drink their asses to death. It's like, no, that's what they used to do when they were young, stupid, and look, money!
Yeah, they were like, when the first Metallica record came out, they were like 18. And then, like, when the next few records came out, they were like in their early 20s, late 20s. So, of course, they had
grew
some fun.
Up.
Yeah, had some
because
fun.
That's what happens when you get older.
Yeah, they had some fun, and then later on, they had to pay a lot of medical bills. Like,
well, I mean, that's like, what was it? Joe Rogan was talking to the guy who writes the songs and sings them for Creed.
Yeah.
About how he was trying to get away from being a Christian, but at the same time, he was putting Christian stuff into all the music.
Yeah.
Because that was his viewpoint, and the other band members were like, what the fuck, motherfucker? We're not a Christian band. What the So, but I mean, shit like that happens everywhere. So I think that crap's hilarious.
It is. But, like, yeah, like, I as far as the movie goes for Christmas, I would say it's solid. I can't call it a masterpiece, though.
Because there was claymation, it's okay.
There were parts of the movie, like, at the end where, he's singing about, like, everything falling apart about him. Spoilers if you haven't seen it. Where the hell have you been? The
If
90s
you
are way
haven't
past.
seen it, no offense, you're too young to be on this channel. You need a swift kick in between the legs.
But like basically, he's singing on the statue and he's singing about everything went wrong. And the whole time I'm like, do you not know that you just do you not know what kidnapping is, Jack? Like, you don't know what kidnapping is? What
That's not even the
like,
issue.
stealing is?
He's crying about everything going wrong, but yet he's a dumbass that doesn't realize he's changed another holiday back into his holiday. He wasn't paying close enough attention when he went to hide and stare and spy on Christmasville.
It was kind of crazy too because he's wandering around Christmasville going, "What's this? What's this?" And I had honestly thought that when Santa Claus comes out of that freaking house and he starts going, "Ho ho ho," that like he'd actually talk to him, like he'd like actually discuss things with him.
That would be the intelligent way.
Yeah, and then suddenly out of nowhere we cut to him coming back to Halloween Town and being all excited about this whole thing, and then he hires these kids to like assigns them to go kidnap Santa Claus, and you're just like, wait a minute.
Show them the right door. So they bring back the
Easter Bunny.
Easter Bunny, and I think it was the Tooth Fairy too. It was two of them. They brought back two of them.
Well, no, he brought back Easter Bunny. They didn't bring back the Tooth Fairy. It was just the one character.
Somebody else.
It was the one character.
Two people.
I remember it being one.
I remember it being two.
But like
But maybe that was something they changed.
I mean, maybe she was streaming it on Disney Plus. Who knows? They could have changed it.
But this is also goes into that alternate reality thing. It's like I always remember growing up, the heart is on the right. It leans a little to the right.
Special guest star Simba.
And if you look at the diagrams, it's on the right if you're looking at the person, but it's on their left. So it's like my right, your left. Stab. But that's what it's that thing. And I was talking to Mom, she's like, yeah, it's always a little to the left. I'm like, they're always being told it's a little to the right.
Yeah.
But nobody ever explained it's to the right to you, but on you it's to your left.
Yeah. I didn't understand why he didn't just go to Santa Claus and ask him about all this stuff. Because then there's an entire sequence where he goes to Sally's dad or scientist guy and asks him for equipment.
Frankenstein?
Yeah, to go ask him for stuff. And the whole time this Frankenstein guy is being creepy and creating this clone of himself to turn into a woman and putting half of his brain inside the other skeleton and then like doing other experiments. And so Jack's like, I need to do experiments. And he's like, I got what you need, Jack. Let me get you hooked up. And I'm like watching this and I'm like, wait, did he talk to Santa or did he not talk to Santa?
No. See, here's the funny part. Okay, Jack, I can hook you up. But literally is the drug dealer of the town.
Yep. The scientist drug dealer.
Like Breaking Bad. Hey, I know how to make this stuff better than everybody else makes it. Hey, look, now I'm rich.
Sally's also like knocking his ass out with poison.
I mean,
and
today I was watching episode 1 of season 3, so
yeah.
That tells y'all where I'm at in that one. Because I couldn't watch it on A&M when it first came out, because one, that was a night I was busy, and 2, I hate watching repeats. Fuck off. I'll wait till the whole thing comes out. It's all out on Netflix, so
yep.
I'll watch the shit out of it.
And like she like poisons him and knocks him out. Though the funny thing is you have to be consciously aware that when you're poisoning someone in this world, they won't die. They're already dead.
It's taking a nap.
So he's taking a nap, and he's like, nothing's more suspicious than a frog's breath. And you're like watching this, and you're like, she's totally gonna poison his ass. Like, but he's gonna just have a really good nap and a headache afterward. Like, it's like she's giving him like a hangover.
It wasn't even a real headache. He just got pissed because she put him to sleep and ran off to do whatever the fuck she wanted. It's like, you made her. That doesn't make you her controller. That doesn't even make you her maker, technically, because you made her after at least 2 to 3 people. Yeah. She's not even who you want her to be because she's not really yours.
Yeah, and she keeps escaping too. And like every time that like she rips open, you're seeing like leaves and other things inside of her, and like she's like totally fawning after Jack and everything. And it made me think of your theory you had where you said that the head was of his lover And then
Or
the body
wife, yeah.
parts, and the body parts were of like his family members, the ladies
The
that were
female
his wife.
family members,
Yeah, which kind of explains why she's so doughy-eyed about Jack Skellington.
because she doesn't have control over it. It's her natural thing. The rest of the body loves him because it was either a sister or friend or mom or situation, and the head loves him because that was the head of his wife or girlfriend or lover or whatever you want to put on it. Well, no, because I'm going to say whatever title, because people put too many titles on shit, and then I keep, the stuff that runs through my, like, shorts on YouTube or just stuff that pops up randomly. It's like, well, we cannot classify what a woman is. Yeah, you were born, you didn't have a dick.
Yeah.
Well, what if I was born with a dick? And a pussy? That's called hermaphrodite. You can go fuck yourself and stop talking about it.
80s and 90s terms, kids.
What, hermaphrodite? No.
Yeah,
that is
all the stuff you're talking about.
That is the proper classification for somebody who has a dick and a pussy and was born that way.
Yeah.
That is the correct description. We can argue it, left, right, screw you. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s where this is what it's called, because that's what the fuck it is. Not all this, well, a woman's not a woman, da-da-da, a man can be a woman. No, we don't grow tits, unless you're just a fat ass or old, and when you get old, you put on fat. You don't really have a choice in the matter. Why are you showing your ass, dipshit?
He's just simply trying to get comfortable. He was getting all pet and everything. Special guest star. This is Simba. Whenever I talk about Simba, the cat, this is the Simba. Yes, I did not change his name, but we adopted him.
Stop that.
He's pointing at our the bearded dragon, Jupiter.
Yes, who's staring at you because you're talking about the fucking cat?
Yes.
About that goddamn cat.
We made a TikTok video of Jupiter sitting on Amber, and like Jupiter was looking at the baby. So of course we made a joke of, "No, Jupiter, you can't eat the baby." And the whole time I was adding a little commentary, like little text lines to
bubbles.
Yeah, to make it look like what he was saying or what he was thinking, and it was pretty funny.
Or what you thought he was thinking. Yeah.
Yes. But like, yeah, as far as this movie goes, like I still like it overall, but I can definitely see the adult point of view of the fact that it's like a solid movie. It's the like gothic version of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Kinda.
Except for we had kidnapping to the mix.
Well, no, the funny part is any of the dark movies, either everybody likes them or everybody hates them. And I'm like, can we all just go, okay, it was a good watch, and leave it at that? Like the whole She-Hulk thing and the guy going all nuclear, and I'd actually heard something after he went on nuclear about it. It was shit. It was crap. Panda, the guy who does a lot of the Batman family stuff, cosplay and whatnot.
Talk about the guy that was at the gym today.
Yeah, that jackass. But I'm talking about Panda from TikTok, and now he's on YouTube. But he made a comment because a spoiler came out a couple days ago, and he talked about it. They're talking about doing Clayface and a few other stuff where it's just the bad guy character, like backstories and whatnot.
Oh, for DC?
Yeah. For whatever apps running the DC ones, like
for
the
HBO
new
stuff.
We're
talking about
the live action Teen Titans.
Oh,
it's on a different app.
Yeah,
it's not on HBO. It's on a different app.
No, Teen Titans is on HBO. It's on
not the human.
The new Titans. The live action.
Humans.
The live action Titans.
Then they just put it on HBO because it was on some sort of like DC has its own app for its live action TV shows and shit.
Yeah, and they are in partner with HBO.
I never knew that. But okay, but I also don't have HBO anymore. So.
DC world on HBO Max.
Well, I know they have the what is it? The not Teen Titans. It was Young Justice.
Yeah.
On there, and I'm just like, okay. I caught up to where it was, and then because it was the Wait Weekly, I was like, I don't care. I caught up. Screw it. If I want to watch them, just bug you and log me in, motherfucker.
How many times has someone's asked me that? Like my brother, him, or like my younger brother, or him.
When you were at the
or
apartment, it was just logged into your TV. I'm like, yeah, no, add me an account so that way I can go look through this shit for the movie I'm looking for.
Yep.
So that way it doesn't fuck with your shit.
At one point, it was you, it was Nico, it was Andrew. At one point, Katrina even did it. Amber, you guys' cousin. And then it was
that's the cousin I don't remember because by face I know the name, but fucking yeah.
Paula's daughter.
I don't have that much.
I mean, granted, they have like $7, but
she has more kids than I know what the fuck to do with, and I don't know which ones are which just by face.
You got the two twins, Mary and the other
Ruth.
one. Yeah, Ruth, and then you got like
Mary's still skinny. What I heard was Ruth put a little bit of poundage on her.
A little bit.
And then you got the chubby one. I don't remember her fucking name. She was at the thing with Mom and Charlene and Kayla for the After the Terror Convention. Talk about it, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And whole bunch. There's more. I got more family than I know what the fuck. And I don't remember half their names because I never hung out with them.
I feel bad
living out here when I was in Oklahoma, hanging out with the rest of the fucking assholes in the family. It's the only reason I know their names.
I feel bad for Paula for having, or for Bert for having raised 7 girls. Can you imagine all that? Like, once they hit teenhood.
Bert was a good man.
I know. I heard all about it. Like, I knew him a little bit, but like.
You're an asshole.
For what?
You literally pet the cat hair, let go of the cat, and it's flying in my face, you fucking cocksucker. You in the mouth. We're on TV, YouTube, same diff.
Oh,
asshole.
Shit. That was funny. I didn't even realize what happened until after you explained it to me. Yeah, no.
Okay, it's bitching. Are we sure it's live broadcast?
It's live. It's gonna flicker in and out, which is why I pre-record them.
Well, no, because we have a red dot on it.
Should be.
I'm not used to that. No.
What red dot?
The red dot.
Right here?
No, all the way over on the icon for other way, goober.
Right here?
Yeah.
That just means it's recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never really noticed that. Anywho.
ADHD brain, guys.
No. ADHD brain. I wanted to actually pull this up for everybody here because you laughed at it, Mom laughed at it, I've laughed at it. So I'm going to have these lunatics laugh at it.
You guys can hear it, that is.
Oh, my phone is on.
On the East Coast, people are kind but not nice. And on the West Coast, people are nice but not kind. And the girl goes on to give an example. On the West Coast, if you were to get a flat tire, somebody's like, oh man, that sucks. That sucks. I'm so sorry that happened to you. And you change your own tire. On the East Coast, someone's like, oh, you got a flat tire? The fuck is wrong with you? What are you trying to do? You trying to change this so you can't even change this shit? And she goes on, and she says, the person that's trying to help them tells them to move over, let me change your tire for you, but is insulting you the entire time. And I swear to God, that is the truest, most real thing I think I've heard in a very, very long time.
And it is true. I'm from the East Coast. Oh yeah, no, I'll talk shit on you all day, but at the same time, you're still an asshole and I'm still a jackass. So it's all good. We're all assholes. But see, that's the weird part because I grew up until I was 9 on the East Coast and then moved to Oklahoma, the Midwest. I'm rude to everybody, including myself. God, we're all a bunch of assholes, aren't we? What do you mean we? Well, fucking, I know I'm an asshole. I admit it. That's what I always say. It's like, why would you admit that? Well, to deny it would mean I'm stupid and don't know who the hell I am.
Right.
That's like us always talking about me saying, no, I'm a narcissist. I know I am.
Yeah.
Wait, why would you admit that? Because if you don't admit who you are, you're quite literally a worthless piece of shit who just sits there and does whatever they're told. I'm sorry, I don't like being told what to do. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, I mean, most celebrities out there, you would be fooling yourself if you thought they weren't narcissistic themselves.
Or depressed, because 90% of them are depressed. But that's also where I like Andrew Tate. You know what? If a doctor wouldn't have told Robin Williams you're depressed and just pumped him full of medication and said come back every week and tell me let's discuss all your bullshit and why the world sucks and you think you're a horrible worthless piece of shit
Yeah.
on a weekly basis, and would have told him, oh, you're depressed. Okay, well then just go to the gym, work out, do your comedy, use that as therapy.
I mean,
He
it's
might
not
still
wrong.
be alive and here because he wouldn't be depressed. But I mean, most people who are comedians are depressed and or narcissists or a combination of.
And I mean, if you go to any like wellness training or any type of like place where they give advice on how to become less depressed or whatever,
It's all fucking bullshit.
they would advise you to do all those things, to go to the gym or go running or do something physically active, and then try to eat better or sleep more. Like those are all typical things that they say will help you with your depression issues or mental health type of stuff. So it's not like he's wrong on that. He's correct.
No, but see, I'm saying, I'm like, I thought everybody knew this. I'm fat. How do I get skinny? Get off your fat ass and do shit. Walk all day or go to the gym for 2 hours. I don't have 2 hours. What do you do right after you wake up? I wash my ass. I take a shit. I shower. Oh wait, I already said that because I said I wash my ass. But people do that. It's like, if you go to the gym, work yourself to death, or almost to death, take a shower at the gym because they have showers. Unless you don't like the showers at the gym, then go work yourself half to death. Come home, take a shower, shit, shave, brush, do all your shit you do after you spend an hour at the gym. The rest of your day will go more smoothly because you'll be happy. Because when you work out,
I come from the
concept of why the fuck would I do that?
come from the crowd. Yeah, I come from the crowd of like not knowing why you would do any of that stuff. Like I know the hygiene stuff, like brushing teeth, shaving, cleaning yourself.
Well, you
that
always
sort of
ask me,
thing.
what the fuck you go to the gym every day? Why do you like it so much?
Yeah, like
I love that.
For a long time, I was always questioning it because like I didn't get raised around gym hounds. I was kind of like
I'll be healthy if I want to.
Yeah, I was kind of. I liked this. I liked the pool. I liked swimming. I liked doing. That was my type of active. I used to run a lot when I was in middle school. Like used to track and do some of that stuff. But when I got to high school, because of the fact that I had to like bike nonstop, I was more into swimming than anything. It wasn't until after this frickin' asshole over here got me to go to the gym nonstop.
Repeatedly?
Yeah, repeatedly. And then, like, I started actually really digging it. And, like, actually, I enjoy being able to lift more than the average person because of the fact that, what used to be heavy to me now is either average or light. And I enjoy that. I like being able to take my kid and throw him over my shoulder, and it's like grabbing a 45-pound dumbbell weight and being like, all right, let's go. And I like being able to do that.
We did that one today with the dumbbell squats.
And
that was fun.
We did the squat stuff. We've been doing the, on the Center app, we've been doing
the
power workout designed by Chris Hemsworth. So
no, not by Chris Hemsworth. The one
not Chris Hemsworth?
No, not designed by him. It's his app.
Oh.
He uses the exercises and his personal trainers on the app. And they just added 3 chick trainers to the app. And I'm like, okay, I don't care. I don't have tits. It's not my workout.
I mean, we could try it, later on.
No, I mean, I don't care. They want to add more people. I mean, he's a rich asshole. He wants to add more people because, we know how to do this and get chicks on the app so that way females will work out too. It's like, have fun.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with what I want to work out.
We're week 5, I think, of this training.
Next week will be, we finished week 4.
Yeah.
And with the way I was saying, us doing 2 days every day, and we only go from Monday through Thursday usually, because Friday I'm usually doing yard work or whatever at home.
Yep.
That's my workout.
I worked out in my bedroom. I grabbed the dumbbell weights that the lovely wife, Gostell, Amber, his sister, gave me. And I just grabbed the weights and started using them. Because they're like, I actually calculated, they're like 27 pounds per dumbbell. So they're not actually pretty bad. Like, they're actually, they give you a decent burn, especially if you do more reps. So I did like a few more reps on each one of the sets.
Well, that always makes me think of
worked really well.
When you first came, you're like, this feels so lightweight. I'm like, yeah. Keep going then. If it doesn't feel like heavy weights, do another 10 more reps. Why? Just do another 10.
It gets more intense. Like it's kind of like the same.
And then me talking to you about, no. Okay, you did the first set at 70 pounds. All right, now we're going to drop you to 60. Why? Just do it. And then you felt what I was talking about, how you just feel every muscle. Like,
and then, like, after the adrenaline has left your body and after, like, you're no longer in that gym mentality, like gym mindset, where you're like, go, go, go. And then when you get home and you settle down and your blood pressure lowers and you're able to, like, kind of be an average mid or whatever, then suddenly out of nowhere you're like, ow, fuck. Like, I can barely, like, you walk up the stairs and you have to grab the railing because you're like, oh, I pushed myself too hard. And you're like,
that was only yesterday.
Did that happen?
Like I said, when I woke up, I realized it was my gluteus maximus. Both of my ass cheeks were on fire this morning. Yeah, you worked out hard. I'm on fire. Went to the gym, worked out. Because we worked out basically the same thing with leg day, working at your ass and your thighs. It was like, all right, no, we're good. We stretched ourselves back out. We're back to normal. But no. But like I was telling you, I also told Mom, I noticed last week when I stood up from the bench after getting dressed, my ass is sticking out. I'm like, all right, well, at least the workout's working. I'm getting more fit. And God, I got a big ass. I just had to laugh at it because I'm like, well, at least it's shaped. Because, I mean, you stand up in your jeans, everybody's used to jeans, flat.
Yep.
Unless it's women's jeans. Because women's jeans are tight.
Yep.
These aren't even tight. I mean, they're a little tight up top because I got thick thighs. But I never noticed my ass poking out. And then last week I stood up after, I think it was Thursday's working. I'm like, okay. It just jumped out and said, hello.
What's funny is the wife tries to bail me out of throwing the kids on the bed all the time. Cause she's all like, you're going to break daddy. And then Ariane, like, dead ass looks at her and goes, no, we'd break you, mommy. We can't break daddy. Daddy's strong. Because I was like grabbing him, like, you know, remember the wrestling move John Cena used in wrestling, where he would take your arm and your leg and pull you up on your shoulders, where your legs are right here, arms are right here,
and then he just dropped.
And then he would just drop you on the ground. Like, that's essentially what I was doing with them on the bed. And I did it like over, like, there's 3 of them, okay? I lifted all of them each at least 80 times, and it was like being at the gym. I was like, there we go. There's a workout. But like, I grabbed Arian, who is like the oldest, and he's the biggest, and he's more heavy on his arms and shoulders for some reason. His chest not so much because he's not compact like Cass is.
Heavy or dense?
Dense. and grabbed. Yeah, he's not that heavy. But like, I grabbed him by his arms and his legs, and I did this. I was like, just lay here above the bed, and the whole time he was just like, wah, wah, like not expecting it at all. And then I threw him on the bed, and he was like, he landed on the bed. He's like, holy crap.
No, you want to know one? I did one last week. Actually, no, it was earlier this week. It was Wednesday. It was Monday and Wednesday. I did a little bit yesterday. I picked up Nikki, put her in the cradle position.
Mm-hmm.
She's like 30, 40 pounds.
Ish, yeah.
Or maybe a little bit more.
She's only a little older than Arian.
But she's tiny as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
She's not as big as him. She's a tiny person. I mean, her mother was a tiny person too, so I'm like, okay, it's just genetics.
Right.
But I literally she felt like a 50-pound weight, maybe 60.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's pick, and I literally just did 10 stand-up squats, box squats, and I'm like, all right, yeah, nice workout, all right. And just set her back on my lap. We just sat there, watched TV, talked.
Yeah.
Because that's what I do. I watch TV on my phone. Either she watches or she just talks to me. while I'm listening to podcasts or whatever the hell I'm watching.
Big mistake though that time with Arian though was now all three of the other two wanted me to do it.
Of course.
So I had to do 10 reps for each child at least 8 times before Mommy came in from the bathroom and was like,
What are you doing?
Was like, what? I'm not even, should I even ask? And I was just like going, I don't know. I just started throwing them and then they started wanting me to throw all of them. And she's like, of course they did. And like, it just.
But see, there's a free for them. They'd be like Russell and me goofing off way back when I was tiny.
Yep.
And Mom's, what the fuck are you doing? You're gonna break the house. Why do women have to shit on us having fun with the kids? You're gonna kill the kid. I haven't killed one yet.
Maybe a pancake.
He's still alive.
Maybe a pancake, but he's got a heartbeat.
Well, no, I mean, I played with Amber Ruff.
Mm-hmm.
I played with Todd. If I played with Todd. Robin, kinda.
Yeah.
But I mean, I play with everybody equally. If you're gonna play, we're off. The only bad part was DCFS came and she says you wrestle with her. Yeah. Inappropriately, I'm like, I'm her older brother. What the fuck is wrong with you assholes?
Right.
I literally hold her up. She tries to get me. Ooh, we're wrestling. And then I drop her, like if we were actually wrestling.
Yeah, more.
That's why I probably didn't do it with Todd, Robin, or
There's probably
or
something wrong with your line of thinking if you first thing you hear is brother is wrestling with sibling sister and it's got to be dirty or it's got to be dirty and
yeah, because there's 10 years between us and I'm a teenager. It's like,
inappropriate implied.
motherfucker, I'm the older brother. I'm quite literally the guy teaching her how to run her life.
Right.
Before I got shipped off by Russell. But I got shipped off, I'll admit that one. But I mean, yeah. It's like, why do you go there? Why is that instantly your first thought? Wrestling does not mean intimacy. Wrestling means I'm throwing the kid around for fun. And they're laughing. Like the TV. You know, it's a production. It's not real. We're not killing anybody. It's for fun and entertainment. Asshole. Oh, I got lit. When they asked me that, I'm like, excuse me.
Right.
Oh, I got lit. Because they came to my high school.
Yeah.
Because DCFS was involved, so the schools got told. And I got counseling or brought in, and I'm like, oh. Oh, I stopped talking to everybody for a while, and I was just lit. Shit.
Well, and it's the problem, too, because it's like, even today, with media, and with there being a microscope over everything you do and say, like, anyone will take a snap recording of you, of what you say,
dirty end of it.
And they'll put it on somewhere, and then some journalist will take a headline, make some half-assed headline, and then make everyone buzz over it.
What's the most recent one? Tate.
That would Tate with transgenders.
No, not even transgender. I just showed you that because it's a clip.
I saw it on YouTube. Like, it was like totally implied that he was trashing transgenders.
I understand how.
And I turned it on and I was like watching. I'm like, wait,
it's the exact
there's
opposite.
Nothing in here that's offensive. Like, he literally just said,
but see, that's
don't
the thing.
control them.
You can't control them. But me being the male, I have the authority to tell her, you shouldn't go out. It's 2 o'clock a.m. You might get raped or pillaged or killed.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm telling you don't do something stupid. And this is what he keeps doing. He's like, no. See, they cut out a 1 minute or 30-second clip that said this. But with the whole situation, like, I'll have to look up the actual full interview because I watched it and I'll send it to you. Pierce something or other, Pierce asshole, who used to do TV, now I think he has a podcast, but either way, he was trying to like throw all this crap at Tate, and he's like, yeah, okay, you have this little bit, but the whole conversation was this, it was a 3-hour conversation about a Middle Eastern man and explaining the situation to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I was the in-between. I was explaining, well, yes, but as a God-fearing man, you're supposed to protect your woman. He just went through the steps.
Yeah.
And when you actually listen to the full, where he's like, no, what I said was this, then the little bit you're talking about this, and then this.
Yeah.
And here's the full context. That's what I think is funny, especially with some of the stuff that pops up on my shorts and whatnot. And then I just go to try to like see if I can jump to
the actual full thing.
To the actual full thing. And I love it with the street interviews. What do you think about Andrew Tate? He's just fucking misogynistic and blah, 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 blah. He's evil. Okay, why is he misogynistic? Why he's a bad guy? Stumble, crack. Stumble, trip over your own bullshit, and hey, look, you're eating dirt.
Not to mention validate your own argument.
No, none of them do. Why? Because it became part of the news. Oh, look at this tape. He's beating the shit out of this woman. They're both butt fucking naked, and obviously she's into it. I mean, even after he's like, it was a sexual act. We were having fun.
And they were
That's
adults,
like BDSM.
right?
Oh, yeah, both. But I mean...
Consenting adults.
No. Consenting ages. Because here's the funny part. He's even brought it up, and so is his brother Tristan in the shorts and in like their full conversation. It's like they made a comment about a 16-year-old and oh my god, it's like shut the fuck up. Over here in Europe, in that country and where I'm living right now, 16 is the age of consent. Just because it's not in America where you live in the United States. They'll come bitching and cussing at me because y'all are a bunch of uptight assholes. Here, it's 16.
I think it's ironic when they say uptight assholes, since a lot of people in our Congress who help run the country...
Well, but see, that's the big bitch. It's the whole thing. That's like one of the little snidbits that's been cut, but I went and looked at the whole conversation, but it's the thing. Yeah, look at the billionaires all sitting in the same room of every color, shape, and breed. Guess what? They're all billionaires. It's not fucking black billionaire, you fucking white billionaire. It's none of that. There is no racism. Because racism is fake, and it's fed to the poor, lower, and middle class. Essentially, the regular worker.
History would dictate that, yes.
That there's racism. When there's no fucking racism, because the richest assholes all sitting in the same room, smoking a goddamn joint or fucking blunt cigar, just a regular cigar, and drinking whatever they're drinking, or just sitting there laughing at the stupid small people, bitching and cussing about racism or sexism. That shit don't exist. It's all made up, so that way you stay in the little bubble they want you to argue. That's like the whole trans shit that's currently going on.
Systematic,
shut the fuck up.
Systemic oppression.
We're trying to brainwash everybody. Because there's more people claiming trans right now who don't actually want to be trans. They're actually homosexual, male or female, lesbian or actual gay guy, homosexual. So because trans is the new thing instead of actually being homosexual, it's completely fucking up the whole goddamn the whole fucking alphabet mafia. Take out the T because there are actual T's, but the way it's being pushed.
Yeah. People that identify as such.
I can't remember the comic's name, but he's like, yeah, all these white bitches took all the black and gay and all that stuff and just stepped their pretty little rich asses over the line and said, yes, we're oppressed too, even though you're rich white cunts. Instead of rich white dicks, the rich white cunts is like, when we don't get our way, we're held back. No, you're not. You have all the same options I do. Don't cry at me because you don't go do the jobs I do that make twice as much money. But it's also been shown on a more recent statistic that actually women make more than men because women get paid more because everybody thinks women get paid less. So when they actually get a raise, or actually because women keep crying and screaming about, we make 44% less, which isn't actually true. Because they don't work in the same careers as men. Plus, more women stay at home and be moms, a traditional female job. You're at home raising your kids. That doesn't mean you make less, that just means there's less of you in the workforce.
Yeah, and to be clear, we do support women that are in leadership roles, and we also
I
support like LGBT people who identify as such.
Yeah,
I actually have a lot of people in the Twitter community who are part of the LGBT. I mean,
well, you know me.
Your sister's part of it too.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
sibling, and it's like, yeah, well, okay.
Yeah, Nico.
Yeah, Nico, and be like, okay, well, I've never used the he, him, he, that might be my personality, but I am we. So does that make me part of the crew or what? And she, they said, yeah, no. Because, I mean, I've used that acronym forever.
I've literally, like, when we took Nico to the gym, that couple times that we did, I asked
All
Nico.
Nico wanted to do was swim.
Yeah, I literally asked Nico in the car. I was like, so which bathroom you want to go in? And Nico's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you're either going to go into the women's bathroom or the men's bathroom or the men's locker room. And Nico's just like, I'll just follow you guys. And I'm like, okay. Then we'll just take it to the men's then. Because I wanted Nico to do whatever they were comfortable with. And so I took them into the locker room and had them. It was like, you want to be a dude, so
I was trying to be nice and be polite. Then I remembered Nico wants to experience the male experience.
Right.
Fully. Why the fuck am I wearing my towel? Motherfucker, I'm going to act like it's another guy. My dick and balls are just hanging out because we was in the locker room. And I saw Nico made it. And after that, Nico made a comment. Yeah, you were trying to, and then you just decided, why am I hiding myself? Fuck it.
Yep.
And I don't know if Nico was offended or irritated by that, but the way
straight up fucking entertained
was like, oh, thank you for showing me that respect. Is what I got from it.
Yes. No, it was.
I understand it because I never got any respect. That's why I check it.
Well, I also was clear to Nico, and when we were in the locker room, I was like, well, you said you wanted to be a dude. You're on that pathway, so this is part of what being a dude is. Like.
Oh yeah, because even when you tried to hide and stuff, what the fuck you doing? We're all guys. We got dick and balls.
Yeah.
Slap your shit out. Who gives a fuck?
And like it was, and I made it clear to Nico. I was like, "We're not insulting you, by the way. I hope you know that." And Nico's like, "Oh yeah, no, I know." And like you could tell, like there was like that hint of like pride that they weren't being dead named and they weren't being like, they weren't being shamed for wanting to be a certain
that's the
identity.
thought that popped in my head. Why am I covering myself?
Yeah.
Because I thought about it for like half a second. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Well,
I'm just gonna be me.
Nico gave me a hug afterwards, and I knew that like they didn't say anything, but I knew it was like it
meant something.
There was that moment of like you treated me like I was one of the guys, and I was like, yeah, what we did, like you said you wanted to do that.
You wanted to do it.
Yep.
Here you go.
So here you go, and that was actually.
I have no issues doing this if you know that.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to come? Come. Not like I care.
Yep.
Or, oh, you don't care if I come sit in the women's bathroom? I don't. Everybody else will scream. Tell them shut their fucking mouth. Stand in my goddamn bubble. But see, but that's me.
Yep.
That's where I get along with Nico, because it's like, I wish everybody would quit being worried about stepping on my toes. I'll step on your toes and then I'll say I'm sorry while I'm walking
actually
away.
made a joke that night about going in the women's bathroom and just
I didn't make a joke. I actually accidentally did. I just wasn't even thinking about it. Nico wanted something. I went out to the car, grabbed it. Didn't even think about it. Just went straight into a door. Then I went, everything's backwards. Oh, I'm in the women's. And I just walked out of the women's, walked back into the men's. Here you go. I accidentally walked into the women's.
What's funny is when we told, I remember when Nico asked you, she's like, did somebody scream? And you're like, no.
No,
and then,
nobody was there.
Nico was like, damn it, disappointing.
Yeah, no, and I'm like, I know, right?
Yeah, because Nico likes to see chaos and was hoping that somebody would have gotten pissed off. That way they can laugh. That way they can laugh at it. Because Nico's always
no, because I stepped in there and then I'm like, wait a minute, the bathroom's back where the locker rooms. Oh wait, I went in the first door, not the second door. Okay, just turned around, all casual, nonchalant, just like it's every day.
Yep.
I don't care. I'm open. None of that crap bothers me. It's like, okay. You want to hang out with guys, just for you know, you're gonna be seeing a lot of dick and balls and hairy assholes. You know that, right?
I literally said that as we were in the car. I was like, just forewarn Nico. I mean, it's not evident unless you're looking for it, but dick and balls do exist in the locker room. Nico's like, duh.
Oh no,
I hope so.
One of the guys I watched.
He's like, they have issues if it isn't there.
His podcast he did every Saturday. I've lost him. I think he like moved to a different platform or something, or he just stopped. But he used to talk about like spooky stuff or like ghosts and aliens and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That used to be his channel. I mean, I just sitting there to listen. It was just fun to listen to. But he made a comment, yeah, when I first started going to the gym, all these old guys not giving a shit, just old men hanging low, hanging balls and dick everywhere. And I'm trying not to show it all. And then I just got comfortable with it and just did with it. I'm like, you're in a locker room. It's a whole bunch of other guys. Oh, he's okay. You keep moving. Oh, look, another pair of dick and balls. Who gives a shit? I got a pair too.
Right?
Just keep moving. That's why I think it's funny, those guys who are like all, like
Especially,
you were at first, like all closed in. And I got to make sure nobody sees it, or I got to sit here at this side of the bench, or, you know. I'm like, who gives a shit? We're all dudes. Unless you're a fag ass gonna suck my dick. I don't care. And if you want to, yeah, sure, have your fun. I don't give a shit.
What's even funnier is I found it interesting. In fact, Nico made a comment about it when you were gone. They were like, Nico was like, I noticed something about Tim. I'm like, what's that? And Nico's like, Tim has no shame about like having someone who was previously of the other gender like being in the same locker room. And I'm like, why would that matter? Nico's like, you've seen people on the internet fight about it and the locker room talk and the bathroom arguments. And I'm like, that's true. Yes, fair. He goes like, I found it funny. And I'm like, okay.
I'm literally neutral on everything. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, this sucks. Okay, is anybody bleeding or dead? No. Quit bitching about it. Let's move on.
Yeah.
I don't care. Oh, you got your feelings hurt. Grow a pair. Especially because you're crying because you ain't got a pair. Well, I mean, am I wrong? Who's usually bitching on the trans stuff or the gays being mistreated? 90% of it is the lesbos and the females who want to be men.
Fair. But it's also because you got that bias because of, certain ladies.
Other things.
Certain ladies.
No. That has nothing to do with it. I mean, I've always seen it that way. They have the bigger bias. Some of them have more of a bias because they're equally the exact opposite of my dad, Russell.
Yeah.
It's not we're straight because that's what you're supposed to be. It's fuck you, I'm a lesbian, I'm going to be everything that a man is, but I got tits and a fake dick. It's like, but you're not a man. Quit trying to pretend to be a man. You like boobs, but I'm sorry, everybody likes boobs. Shut the fuck up. Can we move on? You're not being oppressed. You're oppressing yourself because you keep talking about it like you're being oppressed. Nobody gives two shits. Except for the assholes who go to the extreme. Oh, wait, that's just like what you're doing. You're going to the extreme and calling everybody who has a penis or is male or masculine a complete worthless piece of shit unless you got tits. So, shut up. You were literally cussing at yourself. You stupid fuck. You really need to get there. Because this is, I wasn't seeing it at first. But then when I took a couple steps back, when I literally decided I'm neutral to everything. Fuck it all. I took a couple steps back, I'm like, you idiots don't even realize how negative your language is. We all want to be the same. We all want to be happy. Well, if you want to be happy, why are you shitting and pissing on yourselves and shitting and pissing on everybody else's party? Leave us alone. Let us have our party. We'll let you have your party. We don't give two shits.
And the rage addiction that David Draymond's been talking about.
That's prevalent in male and female. I see that everywhere, dude.
The album that's coming out next month for Disturbed called Divisive, I've actually listened to some of it, quite a bit of it, and
because you have those connections, you psychopath.
Yes. And
nothing wrong with that, brother.
And I absolutely love it. There were some parts of it that, of course, because I spent a lot of time poking fun at it. I poke fun of everything, but like. I was poking fun at some of it, but there was a lot of parts where some of the songs where I was like listening to David sing about rage culture and rage addiction, and it was really interesting how it pointed out some things that I've already said before, like off camera.
It's just rage culture,
and like that's
why it's called cancel culture.
And like Estelle Amber, she was listening to the album.
That dumbass.
And what?
Not you.
Oh.
This.
She was listening to the album, and she was like,
sorry.
It was a song where she was listening to where she was like, Yeah, you totally have never said that before, and it was something he said that I apparently have said before, and he just put it in a song. But like, it was pretty interesting.
She was slightly poking fun.
Yeah, it was a little bit. She was teasing, and like, it was talking about.
It's still poking fun.
It was talking about how a society itself has just downgraded as technology has increased. Rage culture has become a weapon that media pays for and feeds into a system to program people.
The funny part is they don't pay for it.
Yeah.
They get paid to broadcast it.
Yeah, same diff.
And see, and I think this is funny. Okay, we have the elites. No. You assholes don't realize. I can get voted into office. It doesn't make me an elite. And even if I get to elite level money, guess what? There's still another fucking stack on top of it, which is the super elites, and then you have the elite elites.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks the scale is poor, middle class, rich. No. You have poor, middle class, rich, elite, super elite, and elite, which do whatever the fuck they want because their bank account's so big. Fuck off. I can afford everything. Kiss my butt.
Yeah, and I think that the point I'm getting at here with this whole thing is that people need to stop becoming addicted to their own rage issues when it comes to pop culture.
The better way to phrase it would be
multimedia.
Because I've heard this repeatedly.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff, and I deep dive in this shit for weeks. It's not rage culture that we need to quit.
Okay.
It's not the extreme left, the extreme right.
Yeah.
It's not where we need to quit. It is. Damn it, the phrase just. I was trying to explain it before I went into it, but it's the
ADHD brain.
Yeah. My idea just ran tomorrow. You'll be back in a week. Fuck.
Rage culture.
No, there was
different way of putting it. Someone said something to you, or you heard it somewhere.
I heard it on something. It was talking about how it's one of those things I've heard, and if I hear it again, I'll probably see you a little. There it is. I'll remember later. Keep going.
But people tend to
reignite the ideal.
Whenever I am on Facebook or anywhere that's media driven, Twitter or whatever, I'll see people latching on to this idea of this person, your favorite person recently, Andrew Tate. I've seen
he's
people.
Not my favorite person. I just like what the hell he says. Just like I like Jordan Peterson.
Fair.
They speak honest. They don't speak bullshit.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson, when he talks, and I've listened to quite a few videos from him, full versions of it, because I was cleaning, taking care of stuff, and I was letting him play in the background.
Listen to some of his speeches he gives for his classes. Oh my god,
it's intense because he comes at it from a complete logic sensibility, and
he's completely neutral
using
on it.
Utter facts and neutrality.
Oh yeah.
There are parts of it where you're
I want to hang out with him.
There are parts of it where you'd be like, okay, that's where he stands. But then other parts of it where you're like, you didn't tell me where you stand. You just simply told me what was. And that was something I liked about it too, because I don't like it when I'm reading threads on Twitter or I'm going through people's feeds, and either the person that's in the profile picture looks attractive, and so therefore everyone simps after them, or they say something and they seem to be remotely popular in their little bubble, and because of that, everyone thinks that that's what's true, even if it's literally parroting what someone else said. That is literally a fragment of what's true or what's false. Story. Yeah, of a false story. And I don't like the fact that they just get addicted to this rage and this anger that's latched to that.
But that's the whole TikTok bullshit.
Fair.
The whole shorts thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you the whole story. Here's a minute to 3 minute now, maybe even 5 minutes on some of them, because I've actually paid attention to it. It's here's a snippet. You don't get the whole story. Have fun. Try to figure it out. Ha ha! You got pissed. You're a dumbass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh at you. I made you dumb. You're part of my group because you're pissed at this dumbass for not actually doing anything. It's literally the top of the top saying, haha, we don't like this guy because he's telling the truth. Or we don't like this person because of what they're saying.
And there's a difference
between... Drop the jackass bomb.
having a point of view based on facts versus a point of view based on opinions. And you can have both.
It's not even opinions. It's emotions. People let their emotions and they become reactionary in a bad way.
Which is part of Logos. Honestly, it's part of the whole 3 ethos. Like, it's part of emotions is part of it, and we're human.
It's your ego.
So yeah,
taking over and just
it's a big part of it. Like, people tend to let their emotions and their ego drive what their mentality and their point of view and their opinion is going to be, and they tend to let other people who are influencers or who are influencees, people who are influenced or influencers, they tend to let them drive the conversation rather than looking at what is behind the mask and peeling away those layers.
That's like everybody liking or hating a show. I'm like, why did you hate it? Because they did this. I'm like, okay, but that keeps in line with the story of the character. You might not have liked the format, but do you still like the character? Yes, then shut up and watch it or just don't watch it.
See, and TV shows are subjectivity, but...
Well, no, I mean, even with movies, too. It's like, I didn't like this because they did this. I'm like, okay, I understand that viewpoint. But was watching it enjoyable?
Yeah.
Screw... Because I love the way you break stuff down, but it's like, but did you enjoy it? Screw all the breaking down. That's fun. I love the little brain tingle. Yes, let's take it apart bit by bit, create bullshit backstories, and just... dump it all in a barrel, see if it fits. That's fun. I love that. You know that. But I'm like, but did you enjoy it? Screw whether or not it made sense. Did you enjoy it while you were watching it? No. Okay, that episode or movie is put in the I don't like it currently pile. Go back to it in 5 years. We'll see what the hell happens.
What's funny is him doing that, and I don't remember exactly when he started doing that, but I think it was like a year or two ago. And after that, I ended up interpreting and viewing things and taking things in completely differently.
Like you went back to relook at it.
Yeah, like I suddenly stopped seeing everything that was fiction as fact and just started seeing it as just what it is. And suddenly, like, if someone heard something from me about something that was in media that was like, entertainment, I would be like, oh, I like that thing a lot. And they'd be like, oh yeah, well, I hated it. I'd be like, okay, that's cool. And I'd be like, well, what did you hate about it? And they'd tell me what they hated about it. I'd be like, interesting take. That's literally what I would do, is I would say, interesting. I used to debate. I used to, like, argue. I used to be like, well, no, this is what's great about it. No, now I'm just like, interesting take. Like, my aunt read a book a novel I'd written, and she was literally roasting it and, like, telling me all these bad things about it. And the whole time, I'm, like, taking the beat down, I'm just nodding my head and going, and then, like, at some point, she, like, passive-aggressively was like, oh, well, if you don't like what I'm saying, you don't have to take anything, and I don't have to, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, it almost sounded like an ultimatum, but, like, it wasn't quite there.
She got pissed because you weren't giving her the fuel she wanted.
Yeah, I was not, like,
I loved it, because when you talked about it, I'm like, that's hilarious.
And I was like, and I literally told her, I was like, well, that's an interesting take. I appreciate the take. And she's like, because I didn't get angry at her or fight her about it, like...
Or show the emotion she wanted.
Right. Like, it was weird. And, like, I just kind of was like, well, it's fiction. It's first world problems. Come on, I made a thing.
Yes.
And you didn't like the thing. And that's cool.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's cool. You can feel how you want about it. Like, imagine being a very famous writer, novelist, TV show person.
Pause on that.
Okay, go ahead.
Everybody hates God because He made us and put us here to learn how to become our own independent entity and become a God like Him. I hate you. You don't give me anything. You don't do anything for me because you're supposed to do it for yourself. Who's everybody hate? Their creator.
There.
Everybody always hates the guy or chick, the entity, whatever you want to call it, however you want to phrase it. The person who makes it. You're a fucking asshole. You didn't write the story the way I wanted to. That's why we have fanfiction. Go rewrite it. Change the names. You fucking cocksucker.
There's and then look,
then you produce your whole own series of the exact same characters, but how you think they deal with the issue, but you change the name. So now you're a fucking author. Guess what? Everybody's gonna do the same thing to you. I don't like your shit. I don't care.
Yeah.
I like it. That's why I wrote it. It's my story. Fuck you.
Yeah, imagine being one of those famous people who do a thing and they
Everybody shits
do
on it.
Yeah, they do a thing and then like they imagine being that guy or that chick or that person and being the guy who or person that like gets mad about it and is like, I hate that they're hating on it. Like you'd go insane.
But see,
you'd go insane.
here's the thing,
You'd just be like,
if you
why
ignore
is
it like I
everybody
do,
hating? It's like,
or
made a thing.
like I mean, I could probably pull up the
enjoy
little
the
sound
experience of making the
bits
thing.
that I said last week. My haters are my biggest fans. I need more haters. I hate it. Oh, good for you. Here's the next book.
Yeah.
I hate your movie. Okay, here's the sequel. That's quite literally, that's me.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like me? Cool, come hang out. Come be a little jackass, that little fire burning in the corner. Well, at least you're lighting the room. Join the party. Come at me. Be a complete jackass. Guess what? I don't care.
What's even
Because that
funnier?
pisses them off even more. And ooh.
The irony here is that my dad had pointed out to me that for years, Tammy would always say, oh, well, I never finished it, or, oh, it's hard to get into it because there's so many characters, or there's so many this or that. Something about it that would turn her away from it. And him and I talked about it, and I was like, wait a minute. She felt so passionately about it. She pulled what people do about like when Rian Johnson made Last Jedi and when so many other people have made these movies and you have like
Did
this
you see
entire
that one I
section
sent
of fan
you?
base that like viciously either attacks the movie or tries to remake the movie. And Tammy literally felt so strongly about the story that she made not only that version of the story that she wanted, but also 3 more. And I was like, I told Dad about it, and he's like, wait a minute, you got a reaction out of her? And I'm like, yeah, I did, apparently. And he's all like, not the reaction you expected, obviously, but you got a reaction, so you won still. And I'm like, I did, didn't I? I'm Rian Johnson.
Yes. But I mean, yes.
I have an announcement to make to the podcast. Tits! That is all.
No.
That is the Costell. You probably have already seen her on the podcast before.
Mark Hamill. I sent it to you. I don't know if you saw it or looked at it yet. He was making a comment about the movie he was in, the second one.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's not what Luke would have done. I know this character. I literally had to be him for 3 films when I was young and da-da-da-da-da. It's not what he would have done. He'd have taken a year off and then he'd have gone back twice as hard.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Okay, you did watch that one?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, he says,
he played as Jake
you're a
Skywalker.
fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had to play it as Jake Skywalker, not Luke Skywalker, because this is a completely different character. This is not what the fuck this character would do.
Yep.
And when I saw that, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, so the last 3 films are what everybody complained about. Those don't fit in the timeline. That's not what that character would do. It's called a fan fiction, and they decided to turn it into the actual series.
Yep.
They were good movies. They were, well, not good. They were decent. I saw a lot of plot holes and just a lot of stupidity in them. I understood why they did them the way they did them. And we talked about how they could do them better. But it's the writer thing. It's the where she gets caught up.
Mm-hmm.
What if nobody likes it? Fuck what they like. Do what you like. Because if you like it, and most recent, I actually gotta look up the guy's name. No. Jackass.
But you also can't write for a paycheck because the paycheck isn't promised and it's not even coming. Like,
No.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you could be Stephen King and writing a book
hang
and
on a
then
sec.
making $1 billion.
This guy,
And then, like,
Rick Rubin. He was
Yeah.
talking to
but when
Joe Rogan about you don't do it, or you shouldn't write music or write your anything or do anything that you love.
Yeah.
Don't do it for the jackass that'll like it.
Yep.
Screw what they like. Do it because you love it and this is how you think it should sound. And the people who will like it will like it. That's like your aunt shitting on your story. It's like, you don't like it, rewrite it.
I mean, she could make a fan fiction if she wants. I'll just call it an alternate universe. I'll be like, well, there's a multiverse, so that's the alternate.
That's viable. But I mean, I was also talking about how she also thinks of you as a kid, so she thinks of it as a kid book, but it's a teenager to becoming an adult book with real situations in it. I don't like that. That was too dramatic. Or oh, there shouldn't be rape or this and that. It shouldn't be that violent. It's like, this is not a child's book, sweetheart. If you want a child's book, you rewrite it as a child book. Let's see if they like your book or my book when they realize it's the same book. Bring it. You literally just give me more freaking media. That's like, you have haters. You have people who claim you did 100,000 things. Can anything be proven other than you're a nice guy? No. Then I don't care. Fuck it. If you can't prove it indisputably, no argument against that. Are you sure? Was that just your viewpoint? Screw what they all say. That's why I like doing this with you. Okay, that was your opinion. Here was my take on why they did what you didn't like.
Yep.
And here's why I thought it still worked for the series or movie it was.
Yeah.
Like Nightmare Before Christmas. It works on making a horror story into a Christmas film just to piss off the Christmas people. Or the Christians.
Yep.
Because, haha, fuck you. Because Halloween, or All Hallows Eve, it's a Wiccan holiday.
Yep.
So, you're trying to steal my holiday, you turned it into popular, just like me bitching about alternative, the movie being alternative, turned into popular. You fucked it up by making it popular. It's the same thing. We all have our different viewpoints. For me, it became too mainstream for me to go, I still like it. It's more like, it's a decent movie, okay? I don't give two shits about it. Once I watched it, once I got past it, it was like, okay, it is what it is.
Did you know that Nightmare on Elm Street, that's them
pivoting. The original one?
Pivoting a little bit. Nightmare on Elm Street. Did you know that movie?
Oh, that was funny and stupid as hell.
Did you notice that movie only had? Did you know that movie only had 4 kills?
Oh, I know.
Only 4 people died.
Oh,
and technically, with that ending that they tacked on the end, they all survived.
The new one or the old one?
The old one. The original one in the 80s.
Technically, they all survived.
Yeah, technically they all survived because it was some dream. And
the whole movie was a dream.
And his whole thing was I was watching a video on YouTube because I wasn't gonna be able to visit the film again before we talked about it.
Oh, no, that's
but I watched a video where some guy made a video essay about how many people died and exactly
analyzing every little bit. Oh, I love those.
And it was a very fun video because it reminded me, because I have for some reason I have this thing in my head where when I'm writing a horror story, I automatically think, oh, you have to kill somebody off or you have to kill multiple people off in order for it to be interesting.
Do you know why?
Because of the branding of horror.
Because that's what you were taught by the horror you were shown when you were tiny.
Yeah, and when I watched...
and the horror you were told not to watch, but you still watched when you were tiny and made you piss the bed when you were small.
Yeah, and and I'm noticing I'm not denying it, but when I watched...
I never would either. Yeah. I mean, after the first time I watched Freddy Krueger, dude, I couldn't sleep. Those flames, I was like, no. And now look at me. I love fire. Send me to hell. Ah, I'm nice and toasty. Oh wait, I'm always toasty. This is like being sitting in my front room. I don't give 2 shits.
Yep.
I went from being afraid of the fire to, no, I love fire. Light me on fire. Try me. This is gonna be fun.
It was crazy because
afraid to a full pyro. That's kind of like you. I have to kill somebody because that's what I've been taught with horror.
Yeah.
The only one that never killed anybody that was horror, my favorite, Goosebumps. Nobody ever actually died.
Yeah, they always get resolved.
But they get out of it somehow by some stupid weird miracle or just random bullshit.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, and the first death was one of the first deaths was the guy that was in the jail, and then in fact the lady, I think it was the lady that died first, then the guy in the jail.
No, we can look it up.
I don't remember exactly what ones were that died first, but either way, it was 4 people, and the guy gruesomely. But like it made me realize I was like, wait a minute, in the Storms of Blood novel that I'm writing right now, more people die in my story than in Nightmare on Elm Street, and Nightmare on Elm Street inspired this story. But it was funny is there's a female narrator who's the main point of view character. There is a Freddy Krueger like character, aka Braxton, and there is dream stuff. There is elements of Elm Street that is in the story, and yet more people die. And I was blown away. I was like, wait a minute. I thought
I'm killing off more people.
How did I end up doing that?
Yes.
Like it can't. It was an accident, and like I was just like,
But
holy
see,
shit.
that's the thing, though. The funny part about the old films, like Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Who died? The original, like 4 or 5 characters, and the one asshole gets away.
Yep.
The one not trying to get laid and fucked is the one who gets away.
Yeah.
While everybody else, while they're in the middle of screwing or trying to get screwed, gets
It's almost like they're putting in a cautionary tale against premature
having sex. Oh
yeah.
That's what the whole programming is. Don't do it. It'll kill you. It was supposed to be subliminal, but once I got past the age of, I think it was 8, 10?
Yeah.
10. Once I got past the age of 10, I'm like, they're just trying to talk people out of fucking for marriage.
Yeah, like
I thought religion already did that, but are they doing a shitty job?
like there's an entire era of film that is like killing a bunch of, horny teenagers
70s and 80s
and
horror.
like showing
Especially in the 90s, too.
and showing tits on screen if the actress is fine with it, but like showing a lot of murdering of
If
horny
she's
teenagers.
not okay with showing her tits, just make her shirt wet so that way you can see her nipples.
Implied nudity. Very much
if it's
implied
not
nudity.
actually nudity, it's implied.
Yep.
Excessively.
Yep. It's very, very sensually implied nudity.
Well, I mean, I always love all the old films. Everybody's like, why? The graphic shitty. That's what makes them fun.
Yeah.
They're so... But see, me with Elm Street, the whole dynamic behind it, a guy died, goes to hell, and comes back to haunt you and kill you in your dreams.
Yep.
If I'm in my dream and he's trying to kill me, I'll let him, oh, looky. Oh, that's a nice weapon. It's my dream. I'm God.
Yeah, because like
You can't kill God in his own world. Come on, motherfucker. Let's
and that's
Bring
an
it.
interesting concept because it's like how they interpret it in the movie is they trick the viewer into thinking that Freddy has all the power because they're in the dream world, where in
I
reality
always thought, I'm like,
the
no,
person that
I
is
have the power.
in
It's
the
my
dream,
fucking dream.
it's their dream, should be able to manipulate the dream to their benefit. And
Oh, yeah.
that's part of what led to me writing all these stories with like
But that's
characters
why I
in
always
dreams.
thought the characters were stupid as shit because you're letting him kill you in your fucking dream. And if you see him, oh, I'm in a dream. I become aware. It is a vivid dream. You are now instantly nothing. I turn you into nothing. You respawn. Let's try this to kill you. No, you're gonna respawn? Okay, let's try this. I mean, I have the whole fucking goddamn infinite universe of every possibility in my head. Let's play the game. Let's see who actually ends up more dead. The guy who's already dead,
Yep.
or me who's just having a dream.
Yeah.
AKA a nightmare.
Fuck
off, I will win.
Years ago, I was really, really baked. Like, can't do it anymore because life, children, that sort of thing. But I was really, really baked at my mom's place, and Andrew and I were watching Elm Street because we were revisiting some of the horror movies because
From your childhood.
we were having some like thing where we were talking about how we should revisit.
Was it Halloween time of year too?
Yeah, and
Okay.
and mom was like, well, Elm Street's on this channel because she had to pay for all the freaking TV channels, and then I was like, and Jose was like,
That's
this is
who
like
she was.
$300, and she's like, I don't care, I want my TV. And so,
because that was
so
your
for
girl.
Halloween, like we're sitting there, and him and I are blazed as hell, and we're watching Elm Street, and I literally look at him, and he's like, "What, dude?" And I'm like, "You realize that they have all the power in the world to control this dream, and they're not doing it?" And he's like, I'm like, he's like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, someone should change that. And he's like, well, why don't you change that, you fucking writer? And so then I ended up writing like
Writing that into your book.
couple different chapters where, Varima, one of the characters, is running from a Braxton, and he's doing like dark things to her, and so in the dream world, it kind of led to me like I already had ideas for like the Dreamwalkers and then other stuff like that, but I went really deep into it because of that movie and because of some of the other shows I was watching at the time. And I was like,
just the thoughts in your head.
yeah. And then like a couple of times I was talking to you in the car about it, and you were like going into your tangents, and it's been this slow growing process in which like this giant web that spawned off of it. And I was like,
yeah, you said that. Oh, I said that. Did I add this part? Ooh, there's no idea.
But like it's kind of crazy because it's like I was just so lost in like a trance for a minute in the movie, and I'm like with my laptop. I'm not even with my phone in my hand. I'm with my laptop because I was doing a college course at the same time, and I was like, I'm like sitting there, like watching the movie, and hyper fixated on editing the essay. And then after the essay's done, Andrew's like, "Why don't you put your laptop down, man?" And I'm like, "Cause I'm writing something down." And he's like, "We're watching a fucking movie," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know." It's just typing away while I'm not even looking at the screen. And then I look down to make sure I'm typing it right, and then I look back up. And then afterwards, I finally put it down. We walk in the bathroom to, do another hit, and then he's like, "What are you even writing down?" And I'm like, "You want me to show you?" And he's like, "Yeah." And so I showed him a couple of pieces of it, and he's like, "Dude, you're just high." And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay."
Well, I mean, that's like Joe Rogan.
It's
what
pretty
does he
great,
always say?
He's like, "It's pretty great,
I gotta smoke a joint before I go on stage.
Yep.
I gotta be at that nice sweet spot where it's on the edge, where it's getting where I'm high, but I'm also, oh shit, what if everybody knows I'm high? Oh crap, cops. What, that sort of high." And I'm like, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that would be more ha-ha, laugh my ass off funny shit.
I honestly kind of miss those times, though, being able to just veg out with my mom and Andrew and those guys and be able to just, do that.
No.
But now...
Mom, Andrew, and the other idiots? Or you just miss Mom, Andrew, and Jose group?
Them.
Just the group part?
Yeah, group part. Like, I miss being able to...
Because, I mean, you've complained about, I think, what was it, JV or JT, or both?
I mean... Everyone's got their opinions, but I've had my complaints, but they've heard the complaints too.
Well, yeah, no, I know.
And I talk with them, and then we discuss it, and then we get over it.
They talk to me, and then I say my piece, and okay, don't shit on me, I'll shit on you, and he's intense.
Yeah.
So everybody likes him. He's that perfect level of fuck you, but at the same time, it's the East Coaster thing. I'm nice as hell. I'm not polite, but I am nice. Oh, you need help? Okay, let's get it done.
Yep.
Oh, did you like that? Are you gonna cry now because you're happy?
Because I kind of miss the group stuff,
the camaraderie,
the Andrew and stuff, and the camaraderie. But at the same time, it was more of like the tight knitness of like me hanging out with Andrew and Mom and Jose together, because like after the parents' divorce. And after Dad just fail with every relationship he was in, there wasn't a sense of that tribalism that was there and that camaraderie. And so being able to have that Mom and Jose was amazing.
The tribal part, I don't like. Because people, I mean, that's my whole thing against, women for women. It's like, but you have everything you can get. You even get more than men get, and you're still bitching you're not getting enough.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, you can't get any more.
Yeah.
No offense, but I mean, if you want, that's like people, I'm fat. Like I was talking about earlier. Get up off your ass and don't be fat. It's in my head, it's okay, I understand you like it, but is there a way to improve it?
Yeah.
And I think you've done that.
Yeah, no, I've done a lot of work.
You're on your stepping stone. You're not all the way there, but I mean, you've moved up a little bit.
I've also moved away from negativity a lot.
A lot of bullshit too. Oh yeah.
A lot of negativity.
I mean, plus with me and you, because I know you talk to your brother more than I do. But I mean, even with the few things I've said to him, where the few conversations or a few sparks of insanity I've given you that you've passed along to his goofy ass.
Yep.
It's helped him move up because he's doing a lot better than he was last year.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He's in a better place.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know my crazy helps. I've seen it. You, him. Not so much with Jose, but he's getting there.
Jose is an interesting case.
He has his own entity and his own self-destructive suicide, and at the same time, but I love you all.
Yeah.
Don't throw me away.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be thrown away, but he wants to light himself on fire and be the martyr.
That is fair.
It is a weird...
Especially with that alcoholism.
Well, that's what I was meaning with that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a weird dynamic. Me? Oh, you want to kill me? Okay, have fun, try. You're not going to get anywhere.
Yep.
I mean, people are like, why do you act like you're still 18? Because that's my true self, my true mentality. I never changed. I adjusted depending on the situation. But now I've decided, no, I'm going to be full asshole me all the time.
Yeah.
You like me more, Amber likes me more, Mom gets along with me, Russell gets a lot better. Because I'm not jumping down his ass. Although I do tell him when he's wrong.
Yep. We all do.
I do it differently than the rest of y'all do. But I mean, I think that's because I see where his is. Because I don't know, I don't know, the way I become aware of stuff is, okay, let's go full into the fucking shit pile, see what the hell's in there. Hey, look, I found $1 million. Okay, time to walk away. Go get clean.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what I found and how awesome it is. Okay, let's see how long it takes for, to get around the group. Anything I say to you, I know it goes to like 5 different groups because you're always telling everybody what I'm saying.
Yep.
Or just my intensity with the workouts and everything. It's like, God, he's fucking... yeah, he said this. Or because you were telling me the other day, your, I guess, manager or shift lead made a comment that, did you hang out with your brother-in-law today? Yeah. I can tell. You seem more mellow, relaxed.
Yeah, sometimes he'll like tell me that he can tell that I've been to the gym because of the fact that I mellowed out a little bit, and because of the fact that I'm not as tight knit, because of the fact that it helps relax. Because after going to the gym and pumping metal and stuff like that, it's taking all that negativity and that anger.
That's why I like some of the ones that I send to you. And one I like the most is somebody working out. Why do I go to the gym? Because so I don't need therapy. I don't need this. I don't need that. The whole list of shit that messes with everybody. Why do I go to the gym? The gym is my therapist. The gym is my everything. If you go to the gym and the gym's all your bullshit, you literally go to the gym to work out and put all your anger out into the weights. Then when you come home, there's no more anger. You've already dispelled it.
Yep.
You're so... It's a good day. Fuck the world, I don't care. But in a happy mood.
Yep.
I mean, that's the whole East Coast thing. Fuck the world is not F you, it's, go ahead, shit on your own head. I don't care. I'm in a good place. Go ahead, try to shit on me. Guess what? I'm sparkly clean. It's just gonna fly off.
It's funny. It's crazy because I get home from the gym in the morning and I go upstairs, get the stuff in here so I can get ready to go to work, and I go downstairs and then get some other stuff done, and just real quick before I have to clock in.
Yep.
And there's this weird thing where
Euphoria? Sensation?
Yeah. It's hard to describe, but you get there's this vibe that you're just okay, I did the gym thing, okay, I was super active, now I can just relax for a bit before the beating of the work day.
But see, that's the funny part. Why do you work a job? To save up money. Why are you saving up money? To attempt to buy a home.
Yep.
And the one thing I like that Andrew Tate said is I don't really see the point of buying a home. It's kind of fucking stupid. It's even dumber to fucking rent, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I mean, I understand his viewpoint. Well, if you get into debt, eventually they're gonna come after what you own, which is your car, your houses, and it's like, I understand that. But the one thing I like most that I've heard from him saying is, no, 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 no. You use your ancestry, and I mean, you guys have done the test. Mom and Dad's done the test. I know right where my freaking the 23andMe or ancestry or whatever it is. I know where my bloodline is. I just use that.
Yeah.
Because he said he used that to get passports for other countries. Because he has lineage. That's part of his family. That's where he is. So he has more than one passport. And I'm like, well, that makes perfect sense to me. Because I have a passport for every country. Because I can prove you go far enough back on the damn family tree. Technically, I'm related to every country everywhere. Hey, look. Jason Bourne. Without actually having to change my name.
Yep.
But the funny part is, in Spain, it's Timoteo. So, I mean, technically it's a different name. It's just Spanish version. So, run with it.
Yep.
But that's what I like. That the world, the only crappy part about getting to the point of buying a house is you got to make sure you don't completely screw yourself. But I'm like, well, if I screw myself, we like the sumbitch and we leave. I don't know, the whole pick up and go. Where are you gonna go? I'll go to Canada, motherfucker. I don't mind the cold. Don't bug me.
Yeah.
Because wife's like, yeah, go to Washington. Better for our asthmatic daughter. Actually, you know what's better? How about we move to Canada? To one of those weird, in the middle of nowhere places and do nothing. Just literally go, disappear.
Yeah.
Where there are no cars, there is no pollution, there's not all these assholes climbing up each other's butts. And look, real air. Because we're living in the middle of a forest.
Yep. Because of how much pollution's in Utah, especially.
Well, it's not even Utah. It's everywhere. I mean, anywhere you go in the world, unless you're literally moving to in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the woods, and building your own house. It's everywhere, dude. It's less when you get closer to the coast. But I don't want to fucking go to Washington. So, it'll become a fight when it becomes a fight. And then that's when I throw money at it or get a few decent lawyers and fuck you, bring it, motherfucker. I'm going to own everything. Oh, look, I won. Hey, look, I'm governor now. Fuck you. Go ahead, leave, bye.
Yep.
Here you go. Here's 50 grand. Get the fuck out of my house. Get the hell away. Because I expect it all to burn down, but I'm also not a bitch. I'm not going to run away. I'm not going to be the person to leave. You want to fight? Take me to court. I grew up in the 80s. Oh, you want to fight? You want all my crap? I'll see you in court, motherfucker.
It's funny as that's how She-Hulk half of her episodes always ended is, I'll see you in court. And then, like, you know, the episode itself.
Well, that's why I laugh at it, because it's literally, the script, in my opinion, is from the comic books, which are from the 80s, when She-Hulk first came out. Okay, take me to court. That was the whole 80s mentality. Okay, sue me, motherfucker.
There's also an 80s tone to it, too. Like
completely.
Like a very comical 80s tone to the entire thing.
That's the whole, that's the basis when the series came out. They're literally, without keeping 100% to it, they're keeping us close to it with the same mentality of the 80s. Really? Okay. Come on.
Yeah.
Shoot, motherfucker. Oh, did you forget your bullets at home? Good. Knife stab. You're dead. That was the mentality I remember growing up with the TV shows and everything around me.
Yep.
The world's going to end. Let it in. Good, we can restart this sumbitch. Fuck it. It's like, oh my god. Like with Russia, I've been hearing on some of the podcasts and stuff I'm just listening to and running through. It's nuclear war. What if it happens? We don't have nuclear fallout shelters. Bring it. You ain't gonna kill me. I'm sick. No. Like I did when COVID first started. I'm just gonna keep doing me and going to the gym and doing DoorDash. Da 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 da.
Yep.
Until I got stopped at the gym, by the gym, I just kept on moving. Oh, nuclear war. Oh, guess what's gonna happen? Nothing. Russia and America are gonna fight over Ukraine, and either we're just gonna keep sending him stuff, or he's gonna just nuke the whole place, or there's an agreement. Okay, you get half, we get half. Deal? Okay, what half do you want? North or south? Or east or west? Let's just figure this the fuck out.
Isn't that how Ukraine got built, though?
No, that's how North Korea and South Korea got built. They went from Russia. They brainwashed the Chinese. Then the Chinese went into fucking Korea. Funny part is, communism, that's what we all want. No, no, no. You want original communism. But the issue is, the jackass, usually, that's in charge, when it takes over, is so corrupt, or so, haha, you idiots, I'm in charge, thanks, stupid.
Yeah.
I'm in charge of everything, you just gave me ultimate control, aka Palpatine, unlimited power. How are you gonna stop me, motherfucker?
Which is where it turns into Marxism.
Where it turns into dictatorship.
Mm-hmm.
There is no voted. No, we just say we're voted in. No, I am your king and your god. Shut the fuck up, do what you're told. Oh, and now we're gonna brainwash everybody so that way they think I am their god and king, and I came from God's asshole. He just shit me out one day in this beautiful way. I'm sorry, I know how the system works. That's why I said when I get to the top. You all love me anyway, so just say yay, and we keep moving. I'm sorry, my end goal before I'm 100 is united world, no more countries, we're all under the same government. And until I'm dead, I'm running this bitch, so that way we all, I don't gotta deal with stupid people trying to fuck it up. Well, I don't get fair. You already got me fair share. Shut this. Okay, now that shut the idiot up screaming that I want mine, even though they already have theirs, because they have a mansion. And look, 5 cars, 6 kids. Okay, now that the problem's out of the way, everybody's happy, working, but still making $1 million a month, right? Yeah? Okay, keep the system going. So that way I ain't gotta nuke y'all. I'm sorry, that's my plan. Take myself to the top, then be like, oh, wait, you thought this was the top? No, this is only the fucking bottom level of the top, bitch. I'm on the top. We're going up 10 more levels. Hey, what's that fun?
I mean, as long as you keep, as long as the workforce stays intact in some way or shape or fashion.
You have to keep the workforce.
Everything stays intact.
If everybody gets free money and there's no workforce, somebody's going to try to blow something up or nuke somebody just for chaos. We got to have some sort of form of chaos. Like I've said repeatedly on this and to you, organized chaos. Oh, all of my shit's organized. Organized in a great and horrible at the same time way. Nobody dies. We all get our fair share. And guess what? Everybody gets what they get. You don't like your fair share? Then put in an application to get a better job and a bigger paycheck monthly. Because by the time I'm done, either money is non-existent and fuck China and their bullshit, because I was just listening to somebody talk about that earlier today, where them going to digital currency is basically the government saying, yeah, say something, fuck up, I'll just turn off your damn money, bitch.
Yeah, that is the scary thing about digital currency, is that someone can easily flick a switch and turn it all off.
But the funny part is, all the currency we have is all imaginary and bullshit anyways.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we turn everybody to the same currency, change it from dollar, put a new name on it, I don't care. But we all have the same currency all across the world. It's all the same equal amount, because gold, silver, platinum, and all those precious metals, guess what? They're all being put in machines and in everything that operates the systems that we all use to keep moving forward, so that way we don't die because we're standing still.
Yep.
So Shut up and get in line. Join the group. Or get the fuck off my property. Where's your property? Everything, motherfucker. Stay or leave. Because here's the funny part. As soon as you leave my country, guess what? I'm going to make a peace treaty or make that country be a part of my country. And then it's no longer the United States of America. Now we are the American state. The North American states. Then we are the American states because we have Central America and South America. We're just America. Run, motherfucker, because guess what? My plan is to take it all over in the nicest way possible. But when I take it all over, I'm going to make it and give all the little whiners and criers. We want equals. Everybody's going to have equal share. And then guess what? Nobody can cry about anything. Free health care. Everybody gets an equal chunk. But you have to have a damn job. Because if you don't have a job, you don't get an equal chunk. You get a less than equal chunk. If you're not helping, you're not being part of the system that works, you're being one of these assholes who wants to live like your friend out in the middle of nowhere. Because, what was it? Joe Rogan was talking about it on one of the last
Are you talking about Alan?
podcasts.
Or
Huh?
Alan wants to live outside the
Off
system.
the grid, it's no longer possible. It's no longer feasible. Because everything you need to build a house and a system off the grid is part of the grid. And as soon as you pay for and have enough money to build or make something that's off the grid, everybody knows what it is. You're part of the grid because being off the grid means you have to pay people in the grid. Which means you're still in the grid, motherfucker.
Even if it's loosely based, yeah.
Doesn't matter loosely based, you gotta keep your money somewhere. If you have it all in cash, what if cash is no longer worth anything? You have to have metal. Are you literally digging up your entire farm that lives off the grid with solar power? You're literally gonna dig 1,000 feet underground to find gold and silver to try to melt yourself, make a shitty thing, and bring it to the freaking gold man to make money like the gold rush? And get told, fuck you, this isn't gold, this is fool's wood, you're a dumbass. I mean, the many ways it could go to shit is unimaginable, and with as integrated as everybody is in the system,
Yeah.
including the social media bullshit, everything's so integrated you can't get out even if you want to. Because even if he went and lived in the middle of nowhere, guess what? Now he doesn't have cell signal to watch the videos or do anything or talk to anybody. And he's still part of the system because then he's got to buy a satellite phone. So that way he can communicate and talk to his family and friends.
Yeah.
As soon as you talk to anybody on the grid, hey, we know where you are. You're no longer off the grid. We can pinpoint you and nuke you if we want to. There's no way to get fully out of the system. I mean, even in other countries, what a lot of people don't realize, in my opinion, is they say they're free, but yet they are free, but there's different levels of free. You have the American free, which is like 75% free because the government still got to stick their nose with all the red tape and all the bullshit forms you got to fill out to do anything in your own damn yard or house.
Yeah.
Electric is usually ran and watered by the city. The city's the one who does the contract with the people who pick up your trash and go dump it in the dump, which is horrible because half the dumps are pieces of shit and the landfills don't really work like they're supposed to. And yeah, and to build them and make them like they're supposed to be so that way we don't have a whole bunch of recyclables and blah 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 so it doesn't poison the earth like it's already doing. It takes too much money to get it going. So if we eliminate money, okay, we're one step closer to becoming a unified everything. But as soon as you become a unified everything, Earth, we become a unified entity government, whether you want to call it dictatorship or whatever. The issue with it is, as soon as you do that, you literally just made it worthless and good for nothing because half the systems don't work. The other half of the systems do work. And if we take all the ones that work, guess what? Somebody's always getting screwed. It won't work. You can't do it in the current system. No, that's why you get in charge and you take out the whole system. You rewrite the whole book. Keep the Constitution. Good beginning point. But guess what? I'm fixing everything else. It's gonna take forever to do it. No, I don't need another 4 years. I'll just need to give me a new position so that way I'm still high enough to still get shit moving.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the technology to, well, the whole thing with Mars and turning that to a planet, it doesn't take all that much. It wouldn't have to be that much to do. It's just the cost of doing it. If it's no longer a cost, it's more of, okay, we're all equivalent, which is what everybody always bitches and screams about. They want equivalent. Everybody wants to be equal.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to be equal, quit trying to tell my people how to live their life. You live your life how you want to. Quit trying to force my people to be your people. Fuck off. We're all individuals. We can all pick our own road to travel, our own crazy bus. Because we're all nuts, we're all insane, and eventually we'll just all die, so it doesn't matter. I don't know if there's a God. I don't know if there's an afterlife. I don't know which church is the right church. Just wait till you're dead. You'll find out then, and then you can either repent for it or ask to be joined in the in crew with God. Whichever God that is. As far as I'm concerned, they all exist. It's just what level do they exist at, and are you right on which one's on top?
Suddenly you walk in there, and then like there's like an entire spider web, and on each thread of the spider web is like an entirely different godly system.
I think they all work together. I mean, because even in Revelations, it says Hades is going to be at the end of the road when Satan fights Jesus.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. So even the other entities in charge know, oh, no. Everybody's going to be there, stupid.
Yeah.
I am God. That doesn't mean that all your other gods, who literally are imaginary, you made up, and turned into real entities, but they're not more powerful than me because I created you. I'm the one that gave you the power to make them and turn them into real entities.
Yeah.
But because I made you and you made them, I'm still top bitch. I'm still top asshole. Bring it. Because in the end, I win because I made everything and everyone. Fuck you. I mean, that's my mentality with life. Oh, you mean I can't do that? Are you sure I can't? That's like talking to my dad. You can't do that? Really? I did it. Now what, motherfucker? I mean, that's like Mom was talking about, like, one of his bosses he used to have when we lived in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't get this person to sign a contract. We've had 15 guys over there, blah, 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 trying to sign them up for contracts for years. They never sign a contract. He walks over there, gets them to sign a contract for a year or 5 years. Where's my bonus? What'd you say? I couldn't do what? I'm sorry, that's my mentality.
Yeah.
You can't become governor. There's no way in hell. You want to bet, motherfucker? We missed our chance at January because, like, your apartment got sick, your whole family at the time. So, whatever, we'll go for it next run. And like I told everybody on the podcast last time, if we don't get it this run, we'll go for it next time.
Well, some people like run multiple times before they end up actually in a seat of office and being able to enact actual change. And that was one of the things that the lady was mentioning was to go to a town hall meeting too.
The current complaint is the idiot in charge was just the lieutenant governor when the last governor was in office. So it's like, okay, but are you changing anything? You're just keeping that jackass's shit and the same so that way we can stay in the system because it moves forward. But yet it only moves forward because we have all these workers, and all these workers don't make shit, and everybody's poorer than fuck.
Right.
Only a select few people are actually rich. Sorry, kiss my ass. I want to get to the level of rich is a laughable offense. You think I'm rich? No, that was me 5 years ago. God, I remember being rich poor. Rich poor? Yeah, basically I could buy anything I wanted, but it still kind of sucked because I had to use my money. Now what do? I just walk in the fucking room, pick one, and go. I'm sorry, that is my end goal. To have such an abundance of money, just walk in, get, leave.
Yeah.
Or they know you are the guy who owns enough money to basically buy their property and change it, so they let you in the front door. You don't have to ask to go into the VIP section. You just walk into it.
You just start.
The bouncer just goes, yeah, okay. I don't care. Take whatever table you want. Hey, those 3 assholes have to leave. Those 5 bitches in my crew, get them up here. Or, you know, whatever you want. Basically, I am God. I can do whatever I want. You can't stop me. Yes, I know that because you're richer than God himself. Here you go. Do whatever you want. I don't care. Because once you get to that level, like you're the chase talks about, it's like I don't even think about it. It's just okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, at that level, it's. They tried to cancel him. Where is he? Still everywhere, motherfuckers. Have you not paid attention? Oh, you deleted it. Told me fuck off on my account. No one. Oh, look, I'm on Rumble too. Oh, look, people are still passing out my shorts. I mean, that's my mentality, same as his. Try and stop me. Because as soon as you attempt to stop me, I'm coming back twice as strong. That's my mentality with the gym. I think that's why you started, like, you go to the gym, just like, no, trust me. You start out here, you become here, and you're like, I like.
Yep. Especially like when I walk up to the mirror and I actually kind of like what I'm seeing in the mirror, and like the fact that, you know, not only do I not feel as out of shape as I used to be, and not only do I feel, you know, stronger, I also like am able to do a lot more, and it's better than I was. Like, because before I was just like, you could barely walk up the stairs.
You were living. Yeah. You weren't living.
Yeah, there was 2 different types.
Or I should say, you were alive. You weren't living.
Yeah, like it's a whole different ball game.
It's a different mentality completely.
Yeah, and like, yeah, do people get offended? Not necessarily. I wouldn't say offended. I should probably say insecure. No, do people get insecure about it? Sure.
They're offended because you've become happy in the gym space. You're literally a gym rat just like me. You're so happy and comfortable there. We show up. Like this morning, we showed up. I said hey to the guy.
Yep.
We went and did our other exercise. Came back to do the calisthenics.
Yep.
He just instantly started talking with us.
Yeah, he literally just like stopped what he was doing for a second and just started
shooting the shit.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, buddies." He's like, "I see you guys came to join today," and we're like, "Yeah, hell yeah!" And then he just like started talking to us and shit, and like
working out and
like
talking
every
back and
other one of the freaking modules that were on the center app. Like, he was like, "Oh, you guys doing that one? Okay, blah blah blah." This then he
and
like,
then I was saying how I couldn't do the thrust squat, and he's like, "Oh, to do it because of the ankle thing, just take 1 step back, 1 step forward, and then do the squat." I'm like,
"Yep,
that's actually a good idea."
And then he revealed that one of the dudes that you've been watching on one of the channels was actually his coach.
On Instagram. He's like, "Yeah, no, that's my coach." I'm like, big black guy. He's like, "Yeah, that guy." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Yeah. And he pulled it up on his phone. I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, I love his videos." He's like, "Okay, yeah." So I mean, I'm part of the gym bubble fully now, because now I'm even running into people. Oh yeah, no, I know that guy. He's my he's my trainer. Yeah. And it's like, fuck yeah. And you say you train professional athletes? Yeah, I have for years. I don't do it anymore, but yeah, I used to. And I'm like, okay, I'm just in that bubble. I love this.
And like I was telling people on Discord, I was like, you know, the gym that we're going to, EOS gym, like, it's one of the most welcoming gyms. Like, everywhere you go, like, there's always somebody there that's either acknowledging our presence in a friendly way,
give you either the courteous nod or they say hi.
Yep. Or
I love it.
And when you go to the hot tub, everyone talks to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, you'll sit there and hang out in the hot tub, and we've had complete strangers that have held 45-minute conversations with us in the hot tub, and you're only supposed to be in there for 10 to 15 minutes according to the sign, But yeah, we just camped there for like almost an hour. And
We had before you.
And have had some of the most outlandish conversations with utter strangers that we've only seen
Random as
once.
shit happens.
Yep. And
But see, that's when you're in Zen mode. Oh, I just worked out, time to relax, and you just open up, and everybody just talks about everything. I love it.
yep.
Why do you go to the gym so much? Oh, you should come with me. You would understand. At first, you're like, no, I wouldn't.
Yep.
Started dragging you every day for freaking months, and then you're like, no, I understand it now. Fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I was so like uneasy about it. It was just like, I don't know about this. I don't know how this is gonna go. And then like now it's just like,
And then Nephi fell out,
ass.
and then I got me a full membership, and then I just started dragging you,
yep.
and it became so much fun.
Yeah, no, it did. And we went to the point where we were doing like 500 reps on every freaking machine, and like good day was like 2,000 reps. And then now it's like we're doing the center app, and I actually feel a difference in that. Like, I was asking Amber, I was like, does it look like there's a difference? And she's like, oh yeah, there is a difference.
But
I'm
it's
like,
because it's the power workout, the workout that they decided to make for the last Thor film for Chris.
yeah,
And because of that one, because that whole workout was bulk.
yeah.
I mean, that's what Home Guy was saying too. I'm like, yeah, we're doing that. It's like, oh, I'm like, yeah, the one that they developed for the last film for him to do.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the one where he like really bulked out? I'm like, yeah, that's what one we're doing. We're doing the beginner level of it for the 13 weeks in a row, and then we'll go up to the intermediate. Because I figured might as well start with the beginner, see how intense it gets at the end.
Yep.
And then determine if we want to do the beginner again or just go straight to the intermediate.
Yep. And he was just like, oh, hell yeah, do that. Yeah, you guys are going to kick ass.
Yeah. This is why I like people at the gym. Even the old people at the gym. Oh, hi, how's it going? How's your day been so far? Good, I got a good workout in.
One lady stops me and is like, do I know you from somewhere? And I'm like, and then she like asks me for my last name, and then like says that her daughter is married to someone with the same last name, and like she looked like a relative. Like she does look like one of the relatives that I've had. And like I was in like today when we were in the hot tub,
and you were talking to her,
we were hanging out and stuff, and she was just like going, I was like, yeah, you remember how you had said that I looked like somebody familiar? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I did some thinking on it. And I'm pretty sure that yeah, you probably have seen me from somewhere. Because it's like I come from every walk of life. I mean, well,
let's see, we're both military family backgrounds.
Yeah.
Because both my parents and one of yours military. We're both coastal, so everybody knows who the fuck we are. Actually, I just found out from Gunner today, was talking to her, yeah, well, everybody knows who I am. Yeah, everybody does know who you are. Like, all of my friends, everybody I talk to, oh yeah, I know your dad. He's awesome. Apparently, every fucking body knows me. And I know the big circles you jumped in, so everybody, even if they don't realize it, know who the fuck you are.
Yep.
And if they don't, they know you through me.
Yep.
And if they don't know me, they know me through you, because you talk about me. You tell me about it, and I also hear about it in general. But I mean, we have the personality, and we are the people to, oh, I don't know you. Come.
Yep.
You must be part of my million people group.
Yep.
Come join the crew.
What's funny is the 1 year of FearCon, before all this gym stuff was happening,
for all the bullshit went down.
Yeah, Lede was all like, how does everybody know you? And I'm like, because I talk to everybody and hang out with everybody, and I'm like, every walk of life, not just one group. And I'm like,
Gym bros, comic, TV, movie, photographer, your brother, and that whole crew, potheads,
like
drunks.
Like,
I'm part of every group. What you talking about?
Yeah, especially online. Like, oh my god, especially online. Like, I know famous freaking screenwriters, cartoonist people, voice actors.
And see, there's the funny part. It's like, you know all these people. You don't see yourself as famous, but you don't realize, which I realized, and just
accepted it
and went, I finally got there. You're famous. You're famous. I'm famous. You don't realize it, but everybody knows you with me, or me with you, or they know you, and then they realize they know me, and they're like, "Oh, y'all two are brothers." Oh,
Yep.
it all just fits.
Hell, you Google my
everything
name,
fits.
TPAW, or you Google TPA Wolfric, which is my pseudonym, and like I finally Googled it the other day, like
Just to see.
a couple weeks ago, just to see what it would look
But
like
of
to
course
the
we all
average
do it.
person, and like it is layered in all the activities I've done over the last couple of years.
Well, no, what I like is I wasn't even in any of the writer groups you were in or anything. I jump into a few here and there a few times before I throw that nuke at the dumbass. You can't say I didn't, because I did.
Yeah,
and
you
then
did.
more than half the group's like, "Yeah, he finally did it."
Yeah.
Okay, that means we're leaving. Fuck this bullshit.
I heard that from a lot of people.
But the funny part about that is, and they've told you because you've relayed it back to me. No, they're like, "Where is he? We like him. He's a flea goofball.
Yep.
He's off his damn rocker, but we love it. Where is he?"
Yep. Yeah, I didn't realize how popular I was on Twitter and how
Because you were being held back by this stupidity.
Yeah, I was, and like I was, she was always trying to keep me under her thumb and always trying to keep everything to where it was all about her.
You were trying to be civil, and I said, "All right, I'm done with this bullshit. I got to get in here and fix it."
But basically, I didn't realize how much people on Twitter actually they either know me from that group or they know me in general from somewhere, especially on Twitter, and how much they actually liked me and are like, "This guy's fucking badass," or they'll ask me, they'll be like, "Where's that Karnage guy?" And I'm like, hanging out somewhere." And
I don't know, send him a message.
Yeah. I have literally told him to just send you a message. I'm like, he's on here. Karnage 678. Come on, look him up. And I
bounce around and bounce in and out so much. Sometimes I don't even see my notifications because I'm so busy doing other shit.
Yeah.
Or working out at home or doing whatever the hell I'm doing.
Yeah. But I've got a show tomorrow in the afternoon. It's 2 p.m. with the Vellum podcast. If you're Utah or Mountain Standard Time, it's 2 p.m. But if you're California Pacific Standard Time, it's 1. But I have a Vellum podcast with Paul Sisler and Jasmine, who goes under Just a Shitty Poet on Twitter.
Yeah, I like her. She's nice.
She's gonna be a featured guest on the show. We're gonna talk about history of writing. We're gonna talk about her poetry. I'm probably gonna end up challenging her to read a couple of her poems. I've already talked to her about it, so it's not like it's a surprise. But I've kind of laid out a little bit of a map for her. But we're gonna do a show tomorrow, and it's gonna be on the Vellum channel. It's not gonna be on TPAW's Playground. It's not gonna be on this channel. It's gonna be on the Vellum. So if you can look up "In the Moment" with Paul Sisler, you'll probably find it, and I'll probably share a link on my Twitter anyway. But just had to get that plug out. But
you're good. Because we're running close to 2 hours.
Yeah, no, we are. We're right at 2:07.
We're a hair over.
Yep.
That's fine.
I asked you how long you wanted to go, and you're like,
I said about 2 hours.
So, and I already know she yawned anyway.
Yeah.
But, next time we're probably going to talk about,
We'll talk about Andor.
That's where my brain was. Andor, and maybe a couple other things. I just had to talk about Elm Street a little bit. We tried to talk about
Yeah, you want to talk about Elm Street. I wanted to laugh and poke fun at Nightmare Before Christmas.
And then, of course, we had to visit your tangent about media. So.
Well, I mean, it's also your tangent because you're more active.
That is true.
But I'm the one that everybody's like, "Where the hell is this psychopath?"
Yeah.
I don't know. He's always everywhere.
Yeah.
Text him. Send him a message. He might reply.
Yep. So as far as this goes, we'll be doing this again next week, more than likely, unless something happens. But we'll do this again next week, and if we don't do it next week, we'll find a time this month to do it. But I'm TPAW.
Karnage.
And this has been Crazy Peace Podcast. Have a week.
Don't kill anybody.